Okay, so how to build muscle at home? What's up, bro? How's it going? Hope you're doing good. Now, I know you don't have a lot of equipment, or you don't have dumbbells, or you don't like go to the gym or anything. You just want to build muscle at home, right? And I will show you, and you can actually build the exact same amount of muscle that you can build in the gym at home. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing, and I'll explain to you how. I'll just tell you my story first. Now, I started working out at 13 years old. When I was 13 years old, that's when I started working out. And the workouts I did were like how to get a six pack in like 30 days, how to get a six pack in 7 days, in 5 days, in 5 minutes, these kind of videos. And I kept watching those videos, and I was actually fairly doing them like a lot. Like I kept doing those workouts, and it just didn't work for me. And I hated it because I was skinny fat. If you don't know what that means, I had like very thin arms and legs, but at the same time I had like a fat belly. So I kept doing those workouts, and it didn't work. It didn't work at all. I kept doing them every day, and it just never worked. Now, a few months went by, and I got into a little bit of self-improvement. I started watching Hamza, and I want to be more attractive to girls and have the aesthetic physique and all that. And I find two kg dumbbells, and I just start training with those. I just kept curling, and I doing presses like this. Don't know what that I was doing. Like doing like random exercises and all that. I kept doing those workouts. And they were without any planning. Like I would just do any, like a very high rep exercise. Like just kept doing reps. Every day with the exercise like that I just see on my phone, and I kept doing those exercises, and day by day I also wasn't seeing any results, but I kept being consistent, and I was also doing some push-ups, doing some pull-ups, like things like that, and slowly I just started seeing progress. I remember the exact moment I saw progress. I was curling, and I just did like this, and I saw like my arm had like a big pump. Like I saw it in the mirror when I was curling like this, and I had just like a huge pump in my arm, and that just made me like keep going. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. If you are a beginner, if you are just starting out, all I will tell you is just keep going. Just stay consistent, and you will build muscle no matter what you are doing. Whatever you are doing, you will build muscle, because you are in a period right now where your body is so sensitive to training that whatever you do, it will work, and you will build muscle just like I did. I started seeing progress on my chest and my back and my shoulders and my arms when I did those workouts, and those workouts weren't planned at all. But if you want to build muscle consistently, and you're past that stage, you're past that new beginning stage, this is a full guide on how to build muscle at home without any equipment. You don't need anything. And this is actually, I looked at every single study, I looked at every single video, and I read books about this, and I just looked at everything about how to build muscle at home without any equipment. And it's so simple. It's so simple, and you can actually build muscle just like the gym. If you do what I will tell you right now. Now, the first thing you need in order to build muscle at home, and this is the most important thing you need. This is the most important. You don't need anything except this. It's of course the exercise. The exercise itself. That's the first thing. Now, in exercise, we have like 3 pillars basically. Now, the first pillar is exercise, basically. The second is progressive overload. And the third is intensity. And I will explain each one in this guide. So we got exercise, progressive overload, and intensity. Now, exercise, I know it's very hard because you keep seeing like shoulder presses and bicep curls and bench press and barbell rows and squats and all these things, and when you're training at home, all you can do is bodyweight exercise. So the first thing about exercise is you will do bodyweight exercise, and you already know this, but you will do basically like 3 main exercises. So in muscles we have like 3 basic like movements, which are pushing, pulling, and basically legs or squatting. So what you will do, or the 3 basic movements you will do, are push-ups, pull-ups, and squats. These will get you like 90 or 95% of your gains. Push-ups, pull-ups, and squats. These will get you 95% of your gains. Only these 3 exercises, if you do the next 3 things. Okay? And you can, of course, like, you can add like accessory exercises, you know, like the diamond push-ups and chin-ups and all these things, but all the exercise you need are push-ups, pull-ups, and squats. Those are the only exercises you need. Now, the second pillar of exercise is progressive overload. Now, this is a bit of a problem because when you're in the gym, you can very easily progressively overload with weight or reps, okay? Like if you're doing like a bench press, for example. If you're doing a bench press, you could easily add weight. You could add like 2.5 kilos on each side, or you can add 1 or 2 reps. It's very easy. Like just go from 10 kg to 100 kg, just adding weight every week. But when you are doing calisthenics exercises or bodyweight exercises, you have to progressively overload with the exercise itself, if that makes sense. So I will explain it. Like, you are at a specific level. Now, if you can do push-ups for basically like 5 to 10 reps or 6 to 12 reps, we'll use that rep range. If you can do push-ups for 6 to 12 reps, this is what you will do. This is basically the exercise you will do. Now, if push-ups you can do them for more than 12 reps or even 15, 20 reps, now you do a harder version of pull-ups. You either put your legs on top of a platform, or you wear a backpack and put bottles on the back, or you slow down your tempo a bit, or you actually could increase your reps until 30 reps and still build muscle. So there are a lot of ways to progressively overload with bodyweight exercise. Same thing for pull-ups. If you can't do a pull-up right now, you can easily do just negatives. You can just jump on the bar, hold your body in place, and just slowly just descend for like 3 to 5 seconds. You know, same thing with squats. If you can do more than 30 squats, do lunges. If you can do more than 30 lunges, do jumping lunges. If you can do more than 30 jumping lunges, do Bulgarian split squats. And Bulgarian split squats, these hit really. These are hard. If you can do Bulgarian split squats for more than maybe 12 or 15 reps, you can easily just wear a backpack, put some water bottles in, and do them. You can slow down your tempo. You can do them jumping, like get down and jump. Like there's a lot of ways to progressively overload. Now, when do you progressively overload? When you exceed your rep range. Now, if your rep range is, for example, 6 to 12 reps, that's how you like to train. If you can do more than 12 reps, just do a harder variation. That harder variation that you're doing is basically like adding 5 kilos to your bench press. You see what I mean? So it's very simple. It's very simple. Just do a harder version of the exercise. And there are tons of videos about how to make the push-up harder, how to make your pull-ups harder, how to grow bigger legs, or how to make your squats harder. But this is the main thing I need you to understand. Just when you do more than 12 or 15 reps on a certain exercise, increase, or don't increase, just do a different exercise that is harder. That's it. The third thing is intensity, and intensity, I know I said it's the last thing, but it's the most important thing. It's literally the most important thing. Literally. You need to train to failure. If you are past that beginner stage, you need to train to failure. You need to train to the point where you can't do another rep. You need to train to the point where it's impossible to do another rep. Keep doing push-ups until you stay like this and you can't push yourself up, where your chest is literally touching the floor, and whatever you do, you just can't push yourself up. Do pull-ups until you're just hanging from the bar and you can't even bend your elbows. Do squats until you can't get up from the down position. Train till failure. This is the most important thing. Progressive overload and training till failure. If you don't do those three things, I promise you will build muscle exactly the same way as someone in the gym who's been training consistently can. This common misconception that you can't build muscle with bodyweight exercises because they're like, you just can't progressively overload, or it's not like weights, so you can't build as much muscle. That's completely wrong. There have been tons of studies. There have been so many studies that have compared bodyweight exercises to weight exercises, and they have found statistically no difference. If you progressively overload, that means every week or when you exceed your target rep range, you either do a harder variation of the exercise or you increase the reps. So you do a harder variation or you increase the reps. And you train intensely, that means training to failure or close to it. There's been it's a very famous study, like you've probably heard of it, from all these like science-based gurus and whatever. But it basically compares push-ups to bench press. And they had like two groups basically. One group did bench press, and every time they got strong and they reached 12 reps. Sorry, I'm a bit ill, so I can't really speak, but they basically compared two groups. One group did bench press, and every time they did more than 12 reps, they increased the weight. They increased the weight, and they added just a little bit of weight. The other group did push-ups, and every time they exceeded 12 reps, they did a harder variation, just like I'm telling you. And both groups built the same amount of muscle. That's crazy. You don't even need to go to the gym and you can still build muscle. Like, that's crazy, man. So, it's very simple. Just do an exercise. When you can do more than 12 reps on that exercise, make the exercise harder. Make the exercise harder. Put your legs on a chair or a table. Make the exercise slower. Slow the cadence. Make it like 1, 2, 3, a push-up. You could put water bottles in a bag and wear it and do push-ups like this. So there are tons of ways to progressively overload. And train till failure. This is all you need to build muscle in bodyweight exercises. It's just that simple. It's that simple. Train till failure. Train till the point where you can't do another rep with good form. So this is all you need for exercise. Now the second thing is diet. Now diet, you're basically going to diet just like a bodybuilder does. And I know a lot of people will tell you like, no, you can't bulk, because when you bulk, you have to, like, you're using your body weight to do the exercise, so when you bulk, you're not gonna be able to like use your body weight, and you're gonna fuck up. Basically, you're gonna fuck up when you're doing like an exercise, because you're gaining more weight, and that weight will add to your exercise, so you can't really do the exercise, if you know what I mean. It's BS. Bulk, do a lean bulk. It won't affect your exercise as you really think. It won't affect it at all. But the thing is, you're not gonna do a normal bulk. You're going to do a lean bulk. A bulk where you cut out all the processed food, where you cut out, or try your best to eat at least the very least of processed food, and you eat mostly good food. You eat mostly eggs, chicken, meat, rice, pasta, all this. You try your best to limit processed food. That's basically a clean bulk. If you do that, you'll basically gain muscle, and it won't affect your exercise at all. Now, if you've been watching till this far, you will train exactly the same way as a bodybuilder does, except the exercise is different. The resistance doesn't matter. Training with weights versus training with body weight, it doesn't matter. That's the only thing you're doing different when you are training at home. That's the only thing. You're just training with your body weight, not weights. You're training with your body weight. So that's the only thing different. Everything else, you will do it exactly like a bodybuilder does. Now, the third thing in diet is you have to eat 1 gram per pound of body weight. You already, of course, know this, but you have to eat 1 gram per pound of body weight, or exactly you have to eat 0.7 grams per pound of body weight, because 1 gram per pound of body weight, it's a bit excessive. It's a bit like over what you're supposed to eat to build muscle, but it's just like an easy way to remember how much to eat. The third thing that you need to build muscle at home is, you guessed it, sleep. Now, sleep is very simple. All you need for sleep is just 3 things. Make your room dark and make your room cold, because this will, it's a very sciencey, like, weird concept, because when you make your room dark and cold, it increases the melatonin in your body, so it makes you more sleepy, so you can sleep better. That's the thing. And the third thing is just sleep and wake up at the same time every single day, or at least try your best to sleep and wake up at the same time every single day. Set an alarm for a time to wake up and a time to go to bed. I know it's weird to set an alarm for a time to go to bed, but it will make it very easy. So when that alarm rings, just sleep at that time, and when the other alarm rings, just wake up at that time. It's so simple. So basically, if you could just get one thing from this full guide on how to build muscle at home, just train the exact same way as a bodybuilder will do, but the only thing you will do differently is the exercise. Bodybuilders train with weights, you will train with your body weight. And when you exceed 12 or 15 reps, or when you exceed your target rep range, just make the exercise harder. There are so many ways to make the exercise harder. And just like I said them, increase the reps. Put a weight on your back. Make the exercise slower. Add a jump to it. Add like a pause. You can do so many things to progressively overload the exercise. So basically, you will train the exact same way as a bodybuilder does, just train with body weight exercises. This is the only thing different you will do than a bodybuilder. Okay, I love you, bro, and I'm rooting for you. Peace, take care.